Welcome back to the Public Broadcast for New Journalism, aka PB&J. I am your host, Jam, and today we will explore a brief history of radio theater. Before the age of binge-worthy streaming and TikTok storytelling, there was radio theater, a form of performance that turned sound into spectacle and imagination into stage. Radio theater, also known as radio drama or audio drama, is a purely acoustic art form. It relies on dialogue, music, and sound effects, what sound designers call Foley, to create entire worlds in the listener's mind. As performance scholar Dr. E. Huebler argues, radio drama is an acoustic art form in its own right, and it should be analyzed as such. Not merely as literature or theater, but as a distinct medium with its own language and logic. The technology that made radio drama possible began with Guglielmo Marconi's wireless telegraph in 1895. By 1914, Canadian inventor Reginald Fessenden and scientists at General Electric had advanced it enough to transmit audio waves. Initially used for military communication, radio quickly became a civilian staple. By 1939, 80% of American households owned a radio. The first English-language radio play, A Rural Line on Education, aired in 1921 on Pittsburgh's KDKA station. Just a year later, stations in Newark and San Francisco began broadcasting full-length plays and musicals. But it was WGY in Schenectady, New York, that pioneered serialized radio drama with a troupe of actors, live sound effects, and music, the WGY Players, complete with their own noisemakers team. By the 1930s, radio drama had exploded. 14% of all programming was dramatic content. Genres ranged from Shakespeare adaptations to thrillers. And then came the night that changed everything. October 30th, 1938. Orson Welles' War of the Worlds, a live radio adaptation of H.G. Wells' 1898 novel, was presented as a series of realistic news bulletins describing a Martian invasion of New Jersey. Many listeners tuned in late and missed the disclaimer. What followed was legendary. Widespread panic, frantic calls to the police, and headlines across the country. Though the scale of hysteria is debated, the broadcast became one of the most infamous media events in American history. Its impact was profound. Scholars at Princeton launched one of the first studies on media-induced panic. Columnist Dorothy Thompson warned of the dangers of mass delusion and unchecked media influence. And Orson Welles, just 23 years old, became a household name overnight, later using his fame to direct Citizen Kane, often hailed as the greatest film ever made. Radio drama wasn't just entertainment. It was immersive, communal, and often educational. It offered a platform for storytelling that was accessible and affordable. As Western Canada Theatre notes, actors could voice multiple characters, and productions required fewer resources than stage plays. But the rise of television in the 1950s shifted the cultural landscape. Radio drama lost its dominance, especially in the US. Still, it persisted. The BBC in the UK continues to produce hundreds of radio plays annually. In New Zealand, RNZ remains committed to the format. And in the digital age, audio drama has found new life through podcasts and streaming platforms. Shows like Welcome to Night Vale, Homecoming, and First Matisse, Man of Odessa, which began as a podcast and evolved into a stage production, prove that the medium is far from obsolete. For today's audiences, radio theater offers something rare. A chance to slow down and listen deeply. It's storytelling stripped of spectacle yet rich in imagination. It's proof that sometimes the most vivid pictures are painted with sound.